Jack's River Jam's concert series enters its third week. This is a live look over Riverfront Plaza at this hour with pop-up concerts and food festivals. Many are wondering what might be next for the patch of grass that was once the Jacksonville Landing. In fact, someone just asked me yesterday, what's happening downtown? What's coming? What's going? On your side's Troy Kless is joining us live tonight. So, Troy, what do some people want to see downtown?
Well, we've heard plenty of different ideas from people I spoke with today. They think maybe something like an aquarium here on Jacksonville's riverfront would be nice. Others would like to see local art incorporated and shopping as well. As you see, plenty of people here are getting their seats early for tonight's concert, but several groups have submitted their claim to change this land, which could also change the entire look of downtown Jacksonville. Sydney Anthony works for a local nonprofit, Hope at Hand. She likes what she's seeing change in downtown so far.
I'm liking how all the parks are starting to get renovated, like the Main Street Park over there. I like how that's opening up. I want to see more people over there, maybe live music like what's going on here, there in smaller areas. She attended the Jack's River Jam series. Timothy Gibbons, editor-in-chief at the Jacksonville Business Journal, says several groups have submitted bids to build at the landing.
14 firms applied. 3 firms were picked to basically come up with preliminary designs. The city's doing a somewhat different approach than it's done for big projects in the past.
He says designs that can be modified will be submitted in the coming months.
There's talk about having some sort of public art on that site, something that a lot of people think is necessary to having a vibrant downtown.
Meanwhile, projects like the new FIS building and Laura Street Trio are in the works. Anthony says she likes to make people happy with poetry. She says art and architecture are part of the recipe for downtown success.
I want to see everyone work together to make Jacksonville a better place with more happiness, bring people together. Now, Gibbons says by June 23rd, those firms will have to submit designs to the Downtown Investment Authority for them to be reviewed by both them and the public. Now, obviously, there's other iconic buildings throughout downtown, like the Wells Fargo and ViStar buildings. But right now, with the pandemic, are people going to be coming in back to work to enjoy the future of downtown Jacksonville? We'll have a little bit more insight on that tonight on First Coast News at 6. We're live in downtown Jacksonville. Troy Kless, First Coast News, on your side.
Troy, thank you. And here's everything you need to know for tonight's Jack's River Jams. In less than an hour, Salsa Orchestra LPT will go on stage. They're followed by Jacksonville natives, the Squad City DJs. I understand that they're responsible for the Space Jam song. You remember that movie? They're set to go on at 7:30.
Exciting stuff downtown, folks. All right, so here's who you can get